Okay, so I wrote out the whole problem, so we're going to annotate it and solve it. So it says, it has been determined that homes in a certain city increase in value at a rate of 7.5% per year. So when you read word problems, you have to annotate the really important stuff that is going to be helpful when you're solving the problem. So this is really important right here, rate of 7.5% per year. And it also says the value V of a home after T years, so you know that T equals years, and you may also want to know that the value is V. Well, it's not really totally important, but just mind mostly T equals years, and it's given by the explicit formula FVT equals C1 plus RT, so that is really important. We're going to need that equation to get our answer. And where R is the rate of appreciation, that is also important. So if a home costs $42,000 in 2001, find to the nearest dollar the value of the home after 9 years. So after 9 years, and it costs 42, so that's our cost 42. And yeah, and make sure in your final answer to the nearest dollar. And of course, you're going to show all your work, so but it's still important. So this is our equation right here. This is really, really important. So this equation is mainly called a function because of how it's written in the beginning. So that is a function. So let's just rewrite it out. Equals 1 plus r to the power of t. So now, right here, our cost, which is C, is 42,000. So we're going to plug in 42,000. So you don't have to put the dollars if you don't want to, just so you aren't confused. That's $42,000. So that is our C, which is replaced. You could also write, since 2001, well, the 2001 is important, but 9 years. So since T is our years, 9 goes in there. So V times 9. Don't mind this too much. This is the beginning of the function, but the main part of the function is the other side, which tells you what the function actually is. So now that 42,000 is our cost, then into the parentheses we have 1 plus, and then our R, which is the rate per year, is 7.5%. So let's just put in 7.5% for now. And then to the power of T, which is our years, so we put in 9. So that is our equation substituted so far. So now we have to change this percent because you can't really work with percentage in your problems. So 7.5%, in order to change it to a decimal, you always bring it over 2 spaces. If you need more help with that, then just ask me. But so when we're rewriting this V9, don't really mind this too much again, but 42,000, which is the cost, times 1 plus 0.075. So that's our percent. We just changed it to a decimal. That's all we did. And then to the power of 9. So now when you're solving this, you first have to work inside the parentheses, because remember when we used to do PEMDAS? We start off with parentheses first. So 1 plus 0.075, you rewrite it. We're mainly working with this side, so let's just worry about this side. 42,000 times 1.075 to the power of 9. So that is what you do so far. And then after that we have exponents. So we need to take only this. Just worry about the parentheses right now. Don't worry about the 42,000. But 1.075 to the 9th power. So there you'll probably need your calculator, because that's a pretty difficult thing to do on your own. So, get it? So here, you have the calculator. And you just do 1.075 to the power of 9. And that will give you 1.9 917,274. So yeah, you just write that in there. So let's rewrite it. 42,000. And now that we solve this, it becomes times 1.91724. Alright, so now all we need to do is multiply these two. So that, again, is something that can be best done on the calculator. So 42,000 times 1.91724. No, that's 4. Alright, so you type that, and then you get this really crazy number, but just write it out, and yeah, you'll write it out. And that will give you, let's just rewrite this one over here. So this, let's just put this equals $80,524.08. Let me actually rewrite that. So when we multiply this is $80,524.08. So since it says to the nearest dollar, then the 0.08 would just round down to the lowest one. So your final answer, hopefully I did this right, is 80,524. So I really hope that makes sense. So yeah, I really tried.